Distinguished participants, dear friends, ladies and gentlemen, we had a great experience today of the joint cross-section with the younger generation, and now we are coming to the final of our gathering here. I would start, with your permission, with the information and invitation to extend our greetings to the governor of the province, Mr. Georgios Hadzimarkos, who is now joining our session. Please welcome the governor. Dear friends, distinguished participants, I have the honor and the privilege to fulfill the task which was imposed on me by co-chairmanship, co-presidency of this World Public Forum Dialogue of Civilization. After our discussion, we decided that this time we slightly change the final of our work. Usually we are introducing the final resolution, but we decided that contemporary situation was so diverse, difficult, and we had concentrated not at all on the whole aspects and problems of contemporary world. So we decided that I have to deliver to you an official presidency statement, which, for the change, I will not able to talk on myself, but I will talk on the presidency of this conference. With your permission, I should voice this document as the statement. So this is concluded remarks of the presidency of the World Public Forum Dialogue of Civilizations on the occasion on the 12th Annual Rhodes Forum, Rhodes, Greece, 26-29 September 2014. It states, the presidency of the World Public Forum Dialogue of Civilizations is deeply concerned about the recent deterioration in the global affairs and about structural trends that jeopardize both humanity and nature. Of even greater concern is unprecedented and utterly irresponsible reaction to this development by the global financial oligarchy, which seems to be the only beneficiary of the crisis and the current onslaught. The presidency of the World Public Forum Dialogue of Civilizations strongly opposes the aggression against sovereign nations and peoples, the mass killings of innocent civilians, indiscriminate sanctions against the citizens of other countries, the intellectual and moral suppression of natural forms of human behavior, mass surveillance programs, as well as the wholesale destruction of humanity's social ecology, which has been elevated into the new norm. In our view, the systematic crisis that proves that even the descriptional value of the neoliberal globalization paradigm has exhausted itself, not to mention its predictive power. The rise of inequality above any reasonable limits in so many developed and developing countries is a compelling example of its inadequacy. The extreme increase in the scope and intensity of injustice in the world, which is especially evident on such diverse continents as Europe and Africa. The contradictions on the Eurasian continent remain unsolved in the current global crisis. They have contributed significantly to dramatic events in recent years, most tragically in Ukraine, where the disruptive effect for the wider Europe and the world are most evident. The global financial oligarchy is trying to establish a new transnational class to secure its own geoeconomic and geopolitical domination within the framework of a new world order, which is portrayed as necessary, normative, and inevitable. Faced with this situation, the presidency of the World Public Forum Dialogue of Civilizations seems to no other alternative than to use all its powers and resources more proactively in order to support public efforts against the threat of the global confrontation or even war, and to work out new sustainable socio-economic models. These models, which put the interests of humanity center stage, will inform the emerging theories and practices aimed at transforming the world. We think that the dialogue of civilizations, underpinned by a rigorous conceptual basis, is the only way to achieve the goal we set 15 years ago, namely to enable us to assess the risks and threats to human civilizations and thereby to establish a world order that will ensure the survival of society, mankind, and future generations. As an international non-governmental organization, we will set up several World Public Forum programs and initiatives and encourage by all possible means the practical and responsible participation of the members of Rhodes Forum and the Dialogue family in the following activities. First, to project on the schools of intercultural dialogue developed by the World Public Forum should become a visible reality for more countries and nations. The World Public Forum will support its expansion both geographically and generationally, and it seeks to apply the project's principles and standards to existing educational systems. Second, the World Public Forum, sharing the view that adult responsibility exists in any civilized social system, will work out the policy towards the youth in order to ensure their right to access to education and best practices of dialogue of civilizations. The existing program of digital courses of Dialogue of Civilizations that has been implemented for 3 consecutive years will get significant support from the World Public Forum in order to foster cooperation with leading universities. Third, the World Public Forum will seek to translate the concept of Dialogue of Civilizations into plausible public policies by instituting a dedicated World Public Forum Dialogue of Civilizations think tank, which could also serve as a global hub for the theory of dialogue. Its main task will be to ensure intellectually that the dialogue of civilizations is not hijacked by manipulative forces. Fourth, the World Public Forum will support all responsibility efforts to oppose the violation of humanity's social ecology, as well as to defend traditional practices and ways of life. Dear ladies and gentlemen, that is the end of President's statement, and may I add just several words on my own part. It was always great pleasure to work here with you. And I hope that we have this enjoyment to get together more and more times, but not only to exchange our views, not only to introduce our theories, but to very, I should say, pragmatically, to check what we have done since we established not only World Public Forum, but yearly decisions on the major issues of human being and humanity. Thank you so much.